Hello, I'm Christine Franklin, and I work with busy people who typically feel bogged down by their daily routine so that I can help them transform their lives and feel more vibrant and energetic.
And I'm Silvana. I am a health coach, nutritionist, counselor, and I wrote numbers of books focused on well-being, weight loss, and health. And today we are going to talk about gratitude and how can gratitude improve our well-being. Um, and research shows that being grateful increases happiness, and it has many positive effects on our health. And what do you think about it, Christine?
I think it's so true. And it's one of those underrated little techniques that we can draw on at any time. I mean, we
Yeah.
hear about all sorts of remedies and, that kind of thing, but this is so simple and it can be so effective and it can be such a boost for our well-being.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. And also when I work with clients, I encourage them to write down what they are grateful for, because when we write things down, it kind of has more impact on us.
Yes.
And yeah, there are a number of ways how people can do gratitude journals, gratitude diaries, gratitude. I mean, it's such a powerful thing, and it's something that you can do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and it makes you feel it makes you feel happy, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel healthy, and it really improves our well-being.
Yes, I totally agree. And I tell clients either on mornings or at night just before you go to bed or both,
Yeah.
which is even
Yes.
better.
Yes.
At least think
Yeah.
of one thing that you're grateful for. It's such a
Yeah.
fantastic way to start the day on a positive note. And then going to bed is such a beautiful way to, get ready for that restful sleep so that
Yes.
it can be peaceful and, you're not stressed about anything. You're just ready to sink into a beautiful sleep that can prepare you for the next day. So I totally agree. Writing it down is huge.
Yes.
And even if it's just one thing that can be so powerful, it can rearrange your entire mindset. I've seen that with clients. Even in situations where they felt stressed, there are a lot of theories out there about how we focus on the negative. We're drawn to focus on
Yeah.
what's wrong with our lives, what's
Yes.
going wrong in our businesses, but there's always something to be thankful for. So if we take
Yeah.
time to recognize that, that just changes our perspective.
Yeah. I totally agree. It's in human nature to focus on negative, but focusing on positive, making sure that we focus on positive can change our outlook on life, can change our mindset completely, and that is going to change our life entirely. And just acknowledging that what we have in life and appreciating what we have in life can make a huge difference in our health and well-being.
Yes, it's so true. Because our emotions really drive a lot of what happens, both mentally and physically with us.
Hmm.
And so gratitude can direct your emotions.
Yes.
It can, signal whether you're going to feel happy and joyful, even in the midst of things that aren't perfect, or whether
Yeah.
you're going to go from minute to minute or day to day feeling depressed and despairing and feeling like there's no hope. So when we focus on even that one thing that we're grateful for, and there are usually so many things, but even just one, it makes you realize, what, hope is not lost. My life is not horrible. I
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
lost everything with my business. There's still something to hold on to. There's always something. And, when we start to get that boost of those positive hormones, it changes our entire system, our entire
Hmm.
central nervous system.
Yeah.
And then we go into that relaxed state that just makes us healthier altogether. And it's so simple, but it literally can change everything.
Yeah, it's true. And these are the things that I suggest to my clients when they start writing a gratitude journal. I ask them to choose a time, whether it's going to be in the morning, evening, or both morning and the evening. And I ask them to have a notebook, which is just for the gratitude. It's basically their gratitude journal. I ask them to write gratitude journal on the front page, and then I ask them to do three things. One is to write down what they are thankful for. Second one, to write down what they appreciate, and third one, to acknowledge what's good in their life.
Oh, yes. That's powerful. That's so
Yeah.
powerful.
Yes.
And it's important to have it as a separate journal because you don't want it to be in a regular journal where you're writing about everything that you
Yes.
need to vent
Yes.
about and everything
Yes.
that's upsetting
Yes.
you. You want to be able
Yeah.
to look at that gratitude journal and see, oh my gosh, there are so many things that I have to be grateful for. And that will
Yes.
just pour out of that one journal. So definitely a separate gratitude journal is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, yeah, and when you feel down, when you feel your boat
Yeah.
is sinking, then it's good to look at it and see actually there are things in your life that are actually quite good. There are things in life that you're grateful for. There are things in life that you are thankful for, and it changes your mindset. It changes your mood. And and when we have a different type of mindset, then we feel more powerful. We feel we can do anything.
Yes. And it makes us feel like we can have some kind of control over our lives. It doesn't
Yes,
feel like everything is just happening to us. We realize
yes,
that some things have happened for us, some things have happened for our
yeah,
good.
yeah,
And, we can expect that more will come that will also work well for us. So again, I think hope is so important that
yeah,
clients feel like they don't have just gloom and doom, especially in the kind of year that we've had where there's been so much uncertainty and people have been feeling like life just is not normal anymore. And like everything is in the midst of upheaval and turmoil. It's just so good to become and just think about what we're grateful for in the midst of everything that's going on and make it a
yeah,
practice. I
yeah,
tell clients to make it a practice in the moment when we feel down and we feel like we're about to lose hope or we're just so upset about something and we don't know what to do. That's the time to call on the one thing that you can see
yeah,
right there and then that you're still grateful for.
yeah,
And when that becomes a habit, then it's like having a little toolkit that you can always
yeah,
draw on. So
yeah.
you can always calm yourself down. You can always feel hopeful.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that practicing gratitude can make us feel more in control of our lives, and that's just so true. And as you said, we kind of tend to focus on negative a lot, and when we focus on negative, we feel we don't have a choice. But focusing on gratitude, expressing gratitude, can make us feel more in control of our lives, more in control of our health, more in control of our relationships. And like I have clients who come to me because they want to lose weight, they want to improve their health, and they feel they're not in control of it. But actually, when they start expressing gratitude and start doing gratitude journal daily, or at least weekly, then they see there is a light there, and they can see that they're actually much more in control than they thought initially they were. And yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because gratitude, expressing gratitude and doing a gratitude journal regularly, it's really something that can make us feel we are more in control of our lives. And just like a healthy living, for instance, people, or as I said, many clients come to me because of weight loss, and very often people feel that they are not in control of their weight, they're not in control of their health, but actually at the end they realize they're much more in control than they thought. And when they start looking at the things that they have, when they start looking at the things like yeah, maybe I can't run because I don't know, I'm for whatever reason, I often work with people who have arthritis and they can't move very fast. So maybe they can't go out and have a 10 miles run, but they can do other things. They are in control of what type of exercise they are going to do. So yeah, practicing gratitude is it's very, very powerful tool, and it's something that I suggest anyone to kind of go back to it every day, at least once a day, or at least few times a week, and have a separate notebook just for gratitude, and look at it when when we feel down, we need something to lift us up, and looking at a gratitude journal is yeah, it's very, very powerful tool.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that example because I was in a car accident and I was in physiotherapy for almost a year. And I remember at first feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm used to being fit and I can't do all the things that I used to do. I can't even balance,
Yeah.
I can't even walk without pain. And while I was in physiotherapy, there was a young guy who got ill. And I was in physiotherapy so long, I saw everybody come and go and I was still there. But he was one of the people who came in and he he just had a temporary disability from an illness. So it was pretty likely that it was going to pass. It was just a matter of working through it. And, he had to do, those aqua exercises and that kind of thing. And there was a day when he just complained. He was like, I'm so tired of doing this. I don't feel like it's going anywhere. I don't feel like it's helping. And at the same aquatherapy, there was a quadriplegic. And the quadriplegic guy told him, look at your situation and look at my situation. And I'm here and I'm quite happy to do it. And, basically, this younger guy, his disability was going to be temporary. The quadriplegic is in a permanent situation. And, suddenly the younger guy realized he had so much to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And that's always so true. So true.
Yeah.
So, there's always something we can do in whatever situation we're in. And definitely there's always something to be grateful for.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's as you said, and we mentioned a few times now, expressing gratitude help us to feel more in control, help us feel more in control of our lives, and kind of gives us hope.
Yes, for sure. And helps us when we are feeling stressed out. That is so important.
Yes.
So that leads nicely into what we'll be talking about next week.
Yes, we are going to be talking about stress and relaxation, and how you can feel more relaxed and get rid of the stress in your life.
And we all could use some help with that because we all experience stress at some point. So it's great to know how we can deal with it when it does arise. So this is going to be a talk that you don't want to miss.
See you next week.
See you then.